Hello, I'm Sarah Nowell. I'm the Deputy Head at Horsforth who leads on pastoral. I lead on the areas such as safeguarding, attendance, behaviour and all aspects of mental health and pastoral care. In this section, I want to talk to you about some of the areas on the slide, the basics around uniform, attendance, behaviour and some of our basic rules, policies and procedures. So I want to start off by talking about attendance. We hope in September that we are going to be back to normal and all our normal attendance procedures will apply. However, that's not to say that we may have to look at how we deal with COVID-related absences, and always we are dealing with COVID-related absences and self-isolation slightly different, and all of that is on the policy on the website. What is important to stress is that we need students here every day. Attendance is really important at secondary school. The fact there is a direct correlation between absence and attainment. And if we just look here, just a 10% drop in attendance could mean that a student is less likely to achieve one less GCSE. And when we look at 95% attendance, a student has an 80% chance of reaching just 5 GCSEs, grades 5 to 9, and that drops significantly. If it drops to 90%, we've got a 60% chance, and if it drops to 85, then a 42% chance. So attendance at secondary school is really important. Each student has a target of 96% for the year, and when a student falls below 96%, that we will make contact with parents. I really do urge you to look at our policy. Now the contact is nothing to be worried about, it's simply to support you and make you aware that attendance is falling. At 90%, a student is classed as a persistent absentee, and the DfE class that as a cause for concern, and we've got to try our absolute best to prevent a student falling to 90% or anything below that. We will not authorise holidays during term time. We can't do that, and that is a government and also a local authority initiative. So please do not put in requests for holidays during term time. You can put in an exceptional leave of absence form, but that really has to be for exceptional leave of absence, like for example, a funeral. Please also make sure that your child is here on time. Punctuality is absolutely key at secondary school. Students need to be at class on time, they need to be at their form on time. With them moving around the building, being on time is really, really important, and it's a vital skill that we need as we go on through life. We still aren't sure 100% about what the start times will be for September. We are still waiting on the official government advice for the next stages relating to COVID. We hope that we will be returning to normality in September. So the official start times will come out to you in due course. We do hope, however, our school will open at 8 o'clock for all students. And we're hoping that the registration for form time will be at 8:10. So students need to be at school for around 8 o'clock if this is where we're going with, and the lesson 1 will start at 8:30. However, this is not set in stone, so please make sure that you are reading the updates that we will be sending to you. I do want to make you aware that students are allowed to be late twice in a half term. We accept that there may well be a road accident, we accept buses run late, and there can be genuine reasons for lateness. However, if there is a third or any other late in that same half term, every student will serve a same day detention for 30 minutes. You will be notified about this by a text on that day of them being late. And I want to move on to behaviour. We have high expectations at Horsforth School. I'm really proud to be the lead of behaviour at Horsforth School. The majority of our students behave impeccably. We've been praised by Ofsted for our outstanding behaviour. And as I've said, the majority of our students come to school and bring their personal best every day to Horsforth School, and that really does reflect in their behaviour and their attitudes. As such, our behaviour system is called a positive behaviour system, and the emphasis really is on rewards and recognition and catching students doing it right and getting it right the first time. And our positive behaviour system is all around rewarding students every day for getting the basics right, but also going that extra mile as well. We reward our students with credits, and we reward them with a credit every lesson. These credits are what we call banked credits. They get a banked credit every lesson for getting the basics right, turning up on time, bringing their equipment, doing their homework, and applying themselves well in that lesson. So for a whole school day, they can get a total of 6 credits. So that's 6 banked credits every day. They can also top up their credit scores with bonus credits, and these are stamps, and they're credit stamps that teachers and form tutors and any member of staff can award in the student planner for students going the extra mile, putting their hand up, being polite, showing good character. Every half term, students count up their credits and get given their credit totals. And at the end of that, obviously credit totals make prizes, and there are certain award ceremonies and exciting things that happen in school when students reach so many credit totals. It all accumulates into a rewards day at the end of the year. Students can go to Flamingo Land, they can go bowling, some students go to Alton Towers, obviously year 11 have the prom, but we have celebratory breakfast, we have pizza lunches, so it really encourages and motivates our students, and it's really, really nice to celebrate with them when we do things like this. So we also have ongoing awards. We have the head teacher's praise board. We also hand out queue jump passes for those students who've done exceptionally well for the lunch queues. And lots of awards ceremonies with myself or the head teacher where we hand out certificates, and we have those celebratory lunches or breakfasts. However, as part of the positive behaviour system, we also have to have a consequence and sanction system. We need to make sure school is orderly, we need to make sure school is safe, and really we need to keep to the business of teaching and learning. So we do have to have a very fair, supportive sanction system. We do have classroom codes, and the classroom codes are all around the school and in the corridors. And when your child comes up to Horsforth, we will be going over our classroom codes with them. Essentially, these are basic rules for the classroom that we expect all children to abide by. And if there is sort of non-compliance with this, then unfortunately there will be a sanction. So these are basic rules, and we will explain that probably some of these are no different to what they will have had at primary school. So we expect them to be in uniform, we expect them to be on time, we're asking them to make sure that they bring their equipment and their planner every day, do as they're asked first time, every time by staff, and also not to disturb the learning of others, to show respect and act safely in school and in the classroom, do the homework, complete classwork as requested, bring a positive attitude to learning, and if you're bringing a phone, then they must make sure it is switched off and it is in their bag. To complement those, we also have a set of corridor codes. And again, we will make sure your children are well versed in these. We're not in the sort of manner of catching students out. We really do want to support them on this. I would say that our behaviour system is first and foremost, it's fair, it's extremely transparent, and it's not ambiguous. I do urge you all to look at our behaviour policy on the website, and it spells out exactly what will happen if students don't quite get it right, and what will happen for those higher level misdemeanours. It does ensure our safe environment, and ultimately it means teachers can teach and learners can learn, and after all, that's what schools are all about. We do expect your support on our systems. Our rules, our sanctions are non-negotiable, and we do heavily rely on that two-pronged approach from school, but also from parents at home as well. So in terms of what happens if students don't get it right in a classroom, I just want to take you through what will happen in every classroom, regardless of the teacher and regardless of the subject, if a student chooses to not follow one of those classroom codes. So first of all, they will be given a negative comment, and this will go in their planner. I'm going to talk about the planner in a second, but your child will be given a planner when they come to school, and if they break a rule, then this will be written in the planner. So you will be able to check this at home. If they accrue 5 negative comments over a week, then they are given an after-school detention, which does last for 60 minutes. This is a blown up sort of page within the planner, and it's on this page, a daily page, where teachers will record those negative comments. So in a classroom, if a child is not doing as they should, they will be given a verbal warning, and that is simply what it says on the tin. A member of staff will ask that child to stop what they're doing, and they will verbally say to the child, stop what you're doing, you're talking when I'm talking, that's your verbal warning. Now, there is no consequence to that verbal warning. It is a verbal warning, nothing more and nothing less. However, should the student choose to ignore that verbal warning, it is then a written comment in the planner. So that would be the first negative written comment in the planner. So they've had a chance, if you like, before we start going to the consequences, which we think is more than fair. If after that first comment, student chooses again to ignore that or continue that unwanted behaviour, then it will be a second written comment in the planner. If after that the student continues to ignore that member of staff, then the student is removed from the classroom. They will be removed to another classroom within the department area. So if they're currently in a maths lesson, they'll be moved to another maths lesson, preferably when it is a sixth form or a year 11 lesson. And it also means that they will receive an after-school detention because they have actually been removed from a classroom. Our detentions are every Tuesday and every Thursday. They are for 1 hour, 3 o'clock until 4 o'clock. You will be notified by school via text, and you get 24 hours notice. It is also recorded in the planner if they've got a detention by that member of staff. We do have higher level sanctions, and again I urge you to look at the policy on the website. I really don't think or hope that at a year 6 into 7 evening I need to go into high level sanctions, but I do want to make you aware that absolutely we have a higher level detention. We also have an inclusion room where students are withdrawn for several hours or an entire day, and we also do formally exclude students. This is not to worry or panic, but it should also reassure you that we will not tolerate high-level behaviours that cause unsafe or dangerous behaviour in school, or behaviour that just simply disrupts learning. Moving on then to talk about the planner in a little bit more detail. It really is important that students have this with them every day, and we ask students that they bring this every day, and it must be on the desk at the start of every lesson. It's really important because this is really how we monitor the behaviour of our students. So all those comments are written in there, but also the positive credits are in there. This is how you communicate with school. So if you wanted to send a note to teachers, you could write a note in here and the form tutor would see it. You are expected to sign the planner to see you're checking it, to check that they're doing their homework, and tutors will also sign this once a week. The planner underpins so many of our fundamental systems in school. When a student goes to the toilet, they need to take it with them. It shows they've actually got permission to be on the corridor. So it's also a safeguarding mechanism as well. So for all of these reasons, students actually cannot be in lessons without this planner. And we don't allow a student into school without their planner. So it really is important that they get organised, please, when they are getting into a routine on packing their bags every night, that this absolutely is in their bags. This just shows what is recorded on a typical planner page. So section here for messages from staff to parents, but also from yourselves to teachers. This is where we record the detentions. Signatures here from yourself and the tutor, where we record the credit points, but also where we would record the negative points. So each weekly planner page is really a snapshot of how your child is doing for that week. So it's really important that you are regularly checking, please, the planner. So as I've said, students will be withdrawn from lessons if they have not got it. They need to bring it, please. So moving swiftly on, a little bit on uniform. Our uniform is a set school jumper, a unisex school jumper with the V and the school logo. It is a white shirt. It's not a polo shirt or an AirTech shirt. It has to be the traditional white cotton shirt with the formal collars. There needs to be a top button on that shirt because our ties are fake ties. There is a clip on the back of the tie and it clips on. You need a top button for that to clip over the top of the shirt, and the top button has to be done up or it would be a uniform comment. So white shirt, short sleeved or long sleeved, but the proper cotton shirts, please. The tie for this year's Year 7 has got this silver stripe running through it. Each year group has a different coloured stripe running through it. So please make sure when you are getting the tie, it is the silver stripe. For both boys and girls, they can wear plain black trousers. These would be formal trousers. So not denim, not jogging suit material, not leggings, not jeans, not corduroys. They have to be a formal black trouser. If girls are choosing to wear a skirt, it has to be the skirt with the school logo on it. So it is a set school skirt if girls are choosing to wear the skirt. For all other things, really, the theme is black or white. So it has to be black or white socks or black tights. It has to be black or white headscarves or hair accessories, black socks or grey socks or white socks for boys. We do not allow excessive jewellery. We only allow one stud here and one stud here. We do not allow facial piercings or any other earrings in here or in here. We don't really allow makeup and we certainly don't allow nail varnish or lash extensions or false nails and things like that. We do not allow our students to have tram lines in their hair or really extreme hair colours or hairstyles. One real thing I want to get across, particularly for girls' trousers, is that we do not allow really skinny trousers. There needs to be a little bit of give in the trousers. They need to be a little bit loose rather than the really skin tight trousers. So please make sure that there is a little bit of give. It is very fashionable to wear quite slim fitting trousers, but there just does need to be some give in them. They haven't to be absolutely skin tight like leggings, please. A real difference from primary school is they are not allowed to wear trainers or any type of pump. It has to be a proper formal school shoe with a sole, please. So this is for both boys and girls. They will not be allowed in school on that first day if they are wearing trainers or pumps. It needs to be a plain black shoe, not boots, not sandals, but a plain black shoe, please. We also have a specialist PE kit with our school logo on, and again the year 7 coming up will need the specialist school kit with all the logo. We are phasing out the old kit, and this current year 7 must have the new kit. There are 2 uniform specialists who sell the Horsforth kit and our uniform, and that is Whittaker's in Farsley and PC Sports in Yeadon. I would urge you to start making contact or going to these places. They do get inundated. They do sell uniform for other schools. So dropping them an email or phone might just be worth a while if they're having to get stock in. Just a quick one on our school lunches. Currently, we sell hot and cold food and snacks, and we hope that in September we will be running a normal full service as we did prior to COVID. Now, year 7 will have their own courtyard, and they will have their own snack shack in their courtyard. This means that they can buy hot food, cold food and snacks at break time and at lunchtime in the courtyard, and that they actually don't need to go to the main dining rooms, and certainly not for that first term until they've sort of found their feet. Usually after that, if they want to venture into one of the main dining rooms to get something different, then we do allow that. Now, we do offer a cashless catering system. We are a cashless school, and so everything that your child buys at Horsforth will be on their own payment card. They will be issued their own unique payment card in September, and during the school holidays you will receive a letter about our parent pay system. So we use something called Parent Pay. You might want to have a look at that online. What is good about Parent Pay is you will be able to see everything that your child is buying, whether that's a snack, whether it was for breakfast, lunch, or at break time. This is what a Parent Pay account looks like, and you will be given in a letter in the holidays your own unique password and email to be able to get into your Parent Pay account and set that up. You can then put money on your child's card via your bank, or you can give them cash and they can top up their cards at machines in school. So you will get a letter about this, and they will be issued their cards in September. Of course, students can bring their own lunches, packed lunches, and because all year 7 students for the first term stay in the courtyard, it means students can have packed lunches as well as hot lunches in there, and one day they might choose to bring a packed lunch and one day they might choose to buy a snack, so they can mix it up. Packed lunches and hot lunches therefore stay together. There is no segregation. Something that always worries our year 6 and sometimes parents around secondary school is rumours and stigma around bullying. And I really just want to take this time now to reassure you that we are a school that absolutely stands against bullying. We have many ideas and events around our anti-bullying messages in school, and this is our anti-bully ambassadors on the Wear Blue Day that we have every year for this cause. I want to reassure you by saying bullying is rare in this school, and when it does happen, it is dealt with quickly and effectively, and it's personally dealt with by me at my level because we take it really, really seriously. We have a policy on the website, and again I urge you to look at that policy, and it spells out our 4-step procedure, a very clear procedure on how we deal with bullying, including friendship fallouts. As part of the anti-bullying messages, I just want to make you aware that we have a large safeguarding team who are extremely active at Horsforth School, making sure that all students are safe and feel safe. They take an active part in mentoring students, guiding students, and generally being visible around the school. We also have a really large pastoral team who will be, again, really visible around school, and particularly for those first sort of couple of weeks when Year 7 are coming in, helping them and guide them and making them feel at home, helping them if they get lost, and just being there as a friendly face to greet them as they come in. We also have now a mental health team that I lead on with 15 mental health first aiders in school, and we take mental health really seriously at Horsforth, and we promote well-being and mental fitness in lots of activities and in form time and in drop-down sessions and assemblies throughout the year, and you'll hear more about that in due course. We also have specialist year group teams who look out specifically for their year groups. So please be assured that there will be plenty of staff looking out for your child, guiding them, advising them, and not just in those early days, but as they move through the school. Finally, from me, I just want to talk about mobile phones. Mobile phones, we have moved to a very, very different system with our phones, and this has been really successful in managing disruption in lessons, having students reduce their screen time and reduce incidents really where being online has caused quite a few concerns. So we have what's called an invisible phone policy. So what this actually means is students are allowed to bring a phone to school. They're allowed to bring that phone essentially because you may want them to bring it for their journeys to and from school and be able to communicate with them before and after school. But the moment they walk through the school gate, it should be turned off and in their school bags. So an invisible phone policy means the phone can be brought, but it stays in the bag and it doesn't get seen, it doesn't get heard, and it's not used. So basically, students will be told when they come, and we will walk Year 6 through this when they do arrive, that they turn their phone off at the school gates and put it in their bags, and then it stays there all day. They don't get it out, they don't check it, they don't put it in their pocket, it has to be in their bag. Break any of those rules and that phone will be confiscated, and there are some really high level sanctions for a use of phone at Horsforth School. I always say to parents, if they don't need it, don't bring it. It's as simple as that. If they really need to bring it, then they bring it. There is lots of information on our website, and I possibly can't go into all of the information in those policies. So I really do urge you to have a really good explore on the Year 7 section, but also at the general policies that I've mentioned in this section. I will be going over with Year 6 when we see them in September all of the information that I've gone through, and we will guide them through and coach this in a much more easier child-friendly format, and we will keep reminding them in those first couple of weeks, and we always are a little bit more lenient with Year 7 because we understand there is a lot to take in and there's a lot to learn, and we know mistakes can happen, so please be assured by that too. I've now finished this section, and I look forward to seeing you all and working with you all in the future. Thank you.